Yeah, I got 20 missed calls. Shawty wanna ball, so she all up on my bras. She a demon though, so I cannot get involved. Why you looking all up to me when I ain't even that tall? Now that I be stacking bread, she stick to me like them cars. Used to want you so bad, but now I want the stars. I had to let you go, but it really wasn't hard, cause the money keep me warm, plus the cars push to start. Like, remember back when I was in that Honda? Now I'm all up in the Benzes and the Prada, ay. And now she wanna holler, she just wanna follow, so I'ma let her follow. Remember back when I was in that Camry? Didn't really have no one to call my family, ay. But now we in the Banshee, cause they start to come around when everything get fancy. Yeah, Prada all up on me, I be walking like a zombie. Ain't remember the last time that I had to do some laundry. Please girl, do not call me, I know that you wanna stomp me, cause you don't want me, but still don't want other girls to want me. I don't like it how you haunt me, but I like it when you flaunt me. Tell your friends all about me, like they don't already want it. Girl, you could never stop me, when I say I'm finna pop 3, that means I'm finna pop 3. Everybody tryna copy. Remember back when I was in that Honda? Now I'm all up in the Benzes and the Prada, ay. And now she wanna holler, she just wanna follow, so I'ma let her follow. Remember back when I was in that Camry? Didn't really have no one to call my family, ay. But now we in the Banshee, guess they start to come around when everything get fancy.
right there, Kinsman. You are super parking man.
Super parking man.
That's right.
I will find you the best parking spot at all.
Well,
in the north, and I'll even parallel park if you can.
Of all the superhero traits, that's the one we forgot, eh? Where to park.
Yeah, where
that's
to
right.
park. That superhero needs to be creative.
That's right. You
and
know,
what are you there? You're getting sent from Lobster Fest, or what
First
is that?
of all,
I'm kidding.
We have been teaching you for years.
It's a lobster bit.
If you don't know who this is by now, Kinsman, there's absolutely no hope. You know, I know you've never seen a Marvel movie, but
I've seen Marvel.
Which one?
Oh, okay.
The Batman with like Burt Ward? Okay.
Way back in the
You've never
day.
seen a Marvel
it's not
movie.
A black and white.
But we're teaching you. So who am I?
This is Iron Man.
Oh, thank God.
You're Iron Man.
Yeah. Ironing Man.
Ironing Man.
Okay.
This is Superman.
Yeah, no, everyone knows that. Okay, so we are giving away 2 of these tonight, by the way.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
And we should say we got these from the Pop-Up Balloon Shop. Ashley Richards and her family not only decorated our studio getting set for TimminsCon, but they're giving away these nice little packs here.
Yeah, it's a superhero kit.
Superhero
Sell
kits.
it, Kinsman.
We're
Sell it.
selling it.
Yeah.
Superhero kits.
Nice little packs.
And the winner's going to pick up one of the kits tonight.
Yeah.
And also going to pick up a free Easter basket from Sweet Freez Timmins.
It is a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful
thing.
Yeah,
and Ronnie's superhero power is not checking the roadcaster. This is his one duty every night. There he is. Where to be?
He checked it now.
Well, upon command.
Doesn't help.
Yeah.
Yeah, nudged him.
Okay, let's get rocking and rolling. We got an esteemed guest here, by the way.
Yes, we
That's
do.
right.
Getting set for the biggest weekend of all weekends when it comes to TimminsCon.
Yeah.
2025, ladies and gentlemen, Studio 67, Jason Dennis.
Yeah, where's your superhero mask there, Mr. Dennis?
I'm dressed as Ahsoka, so I'm wearing this, giving Ahsoka some love.
Put on it. You're turning into Mark now. Like, look, we've reformed him, eh? Jason, do you find?
Yeah, it's pretty good. When we first started the whole TimminsCon thing, Mark didn't even know who Superman was.
No, he didn't.
Well, I knew who
got the Superman pajamas.
Everyone
and
knows
so.
the Christopher Reeve.
Mark, sometimes Mark has a difficulty going with the bit. Like you're just figuring out. He could have just said, I had no idea, guys. But, oh, guys, I want you to know that I know who Superman is. But yes, but we have coached you, though. You have to admit that.
Yes, I've been coached. And again, TimminsCon, we've been to, this is what, our fourth, I'm going to say fourth TimminsCon coming up here.
That's
2025.
Right.
Well, then we've been part of. I've been to all of them, KINZ.
Well, I've been to all of them, yes. Yeah. But we physically, KINZ and KLOMP, we've been with our fourth one.
That's correct.
Coming up here, and we're excited. Again, if you haven't booked off the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, TimminsCon 2025 getting set to go.
Well,
at the max.
Let's let Jason tell the story because, believe it or not, he has a big part about TimminsCon. Kinsman, but all right, so tell us what's happening this weekend. Let's start with the basics, the wheres and wins.
Well, the wheres and wins are this Saturday, Sunday, 10 to 6 on Saturday, 10 to 4 on Sunday. We're gonna have everything and anything geek culture, so costumes, comic books, vendors selling collectibles, panels, cosplay, celebrities, autograph signings. The list just goes on and on and on. We have our family area. We've got Brampton Batman. We'll have the Star Wars group coming back up again as well too. We've got our Mario Kart, which is very popular with the kids.
Yes, it is.
Plus much more.
Yeah, there is a whole ton of stuff
for everybody
going on. Ronnie, I'm going to get you to put on the other overlay. I'm coaching him on the flip. See, I'm Ronnie's superhero, by the way.
You are.
Yeah, that's right.
You're paid in the ass, man.
Well, it's called do it right.
Yeah, that's it. Nagging Batman.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like, your guys' philosophy is logs that look so like I could chill out and get a C rather than try and get an A.
Hey, hello, come see, come see. Right?
Yeah, that's right. But a big weekend. So let's start with the celebrities because I called your headliner, but I'm looking forward to all of them. But Trisha, you wanted her last year.
Yes.
And as what happens with a lot of conventions, these folks make their living from primarily acting or directing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And sometimes they get called out to projects, but they have to reschedule.
Correct.
But it was very important. You were getting a lot of feedback to bring Trisha here, and you're able to bring her here this weekend.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to be able to stay in contact with the agency that she's represented by, and we expressed our our willingness and that we wanted to bring her back. So they checked her schedule, and thank goodness this year there was no movie on the agenda, so we were able to confirm. And I think it was last week or the beginning of the week she posted a little video on her Instagram account saying she can't wait to come to Timmins and all that kind of stuff. So it's yeah, we're extremely excited to be able to have her here, especially after the little bit of a letdown of not having her for last year. So.
Yeah, I mean, it all worked out well last year because the real Superman was here.
Yes.
Not to let you down there, Kinsman, but and he was amazing with everyone that attended. And the night at the movie where Superman Returns plays at Imagine Cinemas, I thought that was super cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah, we don't. I don't think it's very often you think go to see watch a movie with the actual actor or actress who was in the movie. So that was probably pretty.
And interacting
rare.
with the crowd
exactly,
too,
yeah,
during the showing.
Yeah, and he answered some questions before the movie started and that kind of stuff, and then he sat there for probably about 40 minutes and just watched the movie with everyone else, had popcorn, and
he was
just one of us kind of
night.
thing. So just one of us, which was really
maybe
really
critiquing
cool.
his own work.
Yeah.
So that is awesome. And now the one that I'm really excited about is Cheryl coming here. So Cheryl Meyer is a writer, screenwriter. She's done a ton of genres. She's done a ton of things. Yeah. The one I get excited most about is her horror, Carved, which is #1 on Hulu/Disney last Halloween, about the killer pumpkin. We had Cheryl on the show, and
I have an update.
What's the update?
So according to Cheryl, there will be a special something coming with her.
Oh, I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Are you leaving it as a surprise?
As a surprise.
Okay, so something. You know what it is, Kinsman?
I think I do.
Don't be spoiling.
I think I do.
So Cheryl may need like a flight for 2, possibly.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I can't wait to see. But the biggest thing, like Cheryl's she's from Timmins.
Yeah, born and raised.
That's correct. Yes. Yeah. It's not often that you're able to bring someone back home who has had the success she's had in her field, let alone in the movie industry, period. It's hard to make it, period. So the fact that she's doing what she's doing and she's a hometown girl, everyone in Timmins should be very proud of what she's doing. I know we are anyway.
Yeah. So if you are someone who's aspiring in the arts in any type of form, and you feel, listen, I come from a small community where there's many wonderful things that come here, but maybe arts and culture, we need to expand a little bit more. TimminsCon's a big part of doing that. You can speak that with someone who's doing that.
Yep, that's right. Yeah. If you ever attend the larger, conventions, you'll see that a lot where there's, lineups and lineups of movie producers and executives and writers and directors. And you'll see that they actually have people approach them and ask them, how do you do this? How did you get into the business? I'm looking at, I got a screenplay. It's a really a great area to network, especially if that's what you want to do as make it your living.
Yeah.
It's a great place to do some networking and see what you can get accomplished. So yeah, we're happy to be able to offer that to people who are interested in that kind of arts and culture. So
yeah, that's cool.
To throw the questions at them. And again, chat with Brandon last year, saying, compared to the Toronto's and the Vancouver, Comic Cons, wherever he's been, it was nice to get up close and personal with the fans, a little bit more intimate setting here in Timmins.
Yeah, that's the big thing. That's probably one of the things that we see a lot of the celebrities, during or after the weekend. They'll say, I don't mind doing the small shows because we're able to spend a little more time on the one-on-one with the customers. Where if you're doing a Toronto or a New York or Chicago or San Diego,
like signed and boom.
It's basically an assembly line, signs, kind of thing. You don't have that 20, even 30 seconds. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of people behind you waiting. So to have a little more intimate in setting and a little more time with with the celebrities is, I know I like that when you're able to talk a little bit with them. So it's always nice.
Yeah, for sure.
It's very Northern Ontario, and Gary wants to know, one of us has our cape/bib on backwards. I say it's Kinsman. He says it's me. But I like to be able to show who I am.
You're
Like,
showing
no one
your
can
Iron
see
Man.
your cape.
Well, I didn't want to.
What?
Well, there
You
you
didn't
go.
want to what?
Well,
Well, now you're not
Flip
mic'd up
around.
properly.
There
Oh,
we go.
and there goes your microphone there,
My
kids.
microphone is
Yeah.
down. There it is.
so
Ronnie,
now it
give 'em
looks
the
like we're
whoop.
both going to Lobster Fest.
Now it's Lobster,
Lobster
Fest.
Fest for everyone.
Yeah. Shout out to You're covering your mic now,
Yeah,
though.
I am.
Yeah, that's right. So
why.
you'll have to
Flip her back around there.
either any way you wear it. Hey, listen, here's the thing about TimminsCon.
Yeah.
Get-
No, it's a judge-free zone.
Yeah, judge-free zone. So if you want to wear a bib, you want to wear a cape, you're going to fit in with people that have same like-minded as
The
you.
photo booths and
Yeah.
the selfie area there. Take a photo in front of the Northern Ontario Expo, Heroes for Hire, and again all the amazing banners.
Yep, we'll have a booth designated for Heroes for Hire. We have a schedule which will be released probably tomorrow. We're just finalizing times and stuff. But you'll be able to go to the booth. We've got a nice display in the back. We'll have our Sonic characters with Tails and Knuckles. We'll have Captain America, Spider-Man. We'll have all of our characters on a specific time. This way, people can kind of plan their schedule and come get their pictures with our Heroes for Hire crew. And we really appreciate everyone's support. So
Now, TimminsCon is full of joy, positivity, and happiness. We do have one minor conflict that I've been thinking of.
Oh, well.
Now, Brampton Batman's coming here.
Yes,
Yes.
he
With,
is.
and
in the Batmobile.
with the Batmobile. Now, I've been around Timmins for a little while, and I've known Batman to also be a Timmins Batman. So what happens in the unlucky case or lucky case for me if we have Batman versus Batman?
Well, luckily we won't have that dilemma happen because Timmins Batman was called to duty.
Okay.
So he unfortunately won't be at TimminsCon. So I guess we'll kind of have to do with Brampton Batman and his Batmobile. So
Right. So we have no Batman dilemma because there's only one Batman.
Only one
That's right.
Batman.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Would have made a good duel.
Would the real
Right
Batman
there,
please
yeah.
stand up? Is what I was going to
Center
ask
ice.
for. Okay. So we know
The curling rink.
yeah.
there on the main stage.
if you are into anime, if you're an artist, animes has blown up. Whether and don't call it a cartoon around people who love anime. Like these series are tremendous writing. They're funny. They're dramatic. And one of the most critically acclaimed animes right now is Spy X Family.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah.
For them, to the voice actors to be coming here, like that's big convention stuff here, big
It's
city.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah. Like we said earlier or previously, we really we know that's been one thing that we've been missing from our show is that anime aspect feel to the show. So in order to make it proper and entertaining and enjoyable for everyone, we decided, like I said, we're going to go bigger. We're going to go home in our first venture into this genre. So you're right. Spy Family, they have a new season coming out, I believe, soon. They just released their first kind of animated full-length movie. It would just come out on shelves this week. So yeah, it's a huge market. And like I says, me, if we can make it worth, if we can make it happen, that's always going to be our goal, to try and give what we can to our fans. So
yeah,
and again, a different aspect to the acting world, voice, actors.
Yeah.
And actresses coming in. So if you've got questions about, how to get your foot in the door for animated and anime, then the cast is going to be there.
Yep, all the
And
three
answer
main
Yeah.
characters. So that should be should be
Lots of
entertaining
fun.
for sure.
Yeah, they'll be signing their posters for sure.
that is super awesome. And so then, at every comic convention, you have comic book fans, and I think that's where it all starts for all of us.
Yeah.
At some start there for you too, kids.
Yes,
it
it
started
is.
with Jason and me teaching you 3 years ago.
Teaching me how to get
But
into the
we've
comic
all
world.
owned comics. We started as kids. Some of us still own comics. You have a pretty amazing artist coming here.
Yeah, Andrew Thomas, who is a Southern boy from the Toronto area. He's really made a name for himself in the industry. He's been working his tail off to get to where he is today. again, he's, you know, paid his dues. He's been that person talking to individuals in that industry. How do I do this? How do I do that? What's a good way to do this? What's a bad way to do that? So he's put in his time, and you know, he's reaping the benefits of his hard work, obviously. You know, him and Davis Dewsbury, who's a local writer here in Timmins, they've partnered together 10 years ago, and they had created Timmins' first comic book hero, which was Oric of the Great White North. So they're going to be celebrating their 10th anniversary at TimminsCon this year, which is going to be really cool. So it's really nice to see Andrew. I've known Andrew for a very long time, and it's nice to see the rewards he's getting, because I know he's put in a lot of hard work, a lot of long hours. So Andrew deserves all the kudos that he's getting, for sure.
Yeah. Now I want to talk about. I call everything my favorite part, because I can't. I'm like you now, Kinsman.
Yeah.
Everything's my favorite.
Everything's
like,
your favorite. Well, why not? This is the biggest. You raise
yes.
the bar. I don't know how you keep raising the bar for TimminsCon, but you've raised the bar.
Yes, but the
The
shopping.
best one yet.
My point is here is the shopping. Okay,
Yes,
so
vendors.
the vendors.
Big attraction.
First of all, there's a reason why the vendor spots get filled up so quickly, because us comic convention folks, we love to buy.
You love to buy.
We love to buy because you will find things that you're passionate about that you won't find anywhere else.
Yep.
You won't find it in these department stores. You probably won't even find some of this stuff online. Like you get stuff there that you didn't even know you wanted.
Yeah.
I have a whole office full of this stuff, and I'm adding more.
The cooling pillows
You
were
got-
the hot seller last year.
And the swords, but so
Yeah.
many things, from the little, what do you say, trinkets? Is that the word, Kinsman?
Trinket.
So from the little stuff to the big stuff, we're gonna have a full house of vendors there, are we not?
Yeah, this year we've actually set a new record for the amount of vendors. So I believe we are at 60. Fran's gonna kill me, but I think it's either 64 or 67 vendors, and that will contain approximately 110 to 120 booths.
Wow.
So yeah, when you say this is our biggest year ever, it is our, you know, logistically our biggest year ever, let alone, you know, all of the amazing guests that we're bringing in, plus all of our, you know, our regular stuff as well too. So yeah, this year definitely, you know, every year you want to try and raise the bar if you can, which I think this year we have done, which is fantastic. But yeah, obviously, yeah, when you have over 60 some vendors, which contains, you know, 100 plus booths, it's really nice to see the growth continue. So we're very happy about that.
And I'm pretty sure the vendors get wind of that as well, because you sold out the vendors probably the quickest in TimminsCon history, you know, in weeks, because these vendors know thousands of people are going to be coming by and purchasing their products.
Yep, that's right.
Big money maker weekend.
Yeah, that's right. And like I've said, you know, on many occasions, the vendors really like coming back here. First of all, the way that we run our convention, it's a little different than the bigger shows, because there's that little more of that personal, you know, communication between each other, where they don't feel like they're just a number. They actually feel like they're a part of, you know, of the event itself, a little more, you know. So plus they don't have hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of vendors that sell the exact same stuff that they do. So if you have, like I had said previously, if you sell that mask and there's 15 other vendors, but if you come to Timmins and there's only 3 vendors, you know, it's easier for you to sell your product. So that's one of the big things why people keep coming back.
They do. And so it's not, you don't have to go there with like your wallet ready to drool on the floor, like I would convince you to, but we get the reality of life. It's costly. Everyone knows that. We're not breaking no ground here. So I know for the fact the NOE takes that into large account, because when you walk through the doors, there's plenty of free things to do for the families. And that's a big part also, right?
Yeah, exactly. Again, it's always important. One of our main focuses is always to try and keep our event cost, you know, family friendly. So, you know, if you go to the bigger shows down south, you're looking at $60, $70 just to buy your ticket. You haven't even walked in the door yet. So we always want to try and make sure that, you know, we can get as many people through the doors, because a lot of people don't have the means to go down to the bigger shows, because it is expensive. So that's why we try and bring a little piece of the bigger shows to the north, where we're able to keep it, you know, cost friendly for everyone, and then we're also able to still try and bring a quality show to everyone as well too. So there's a little bit of a balancing act there, which a lot of people don't understand, but there definitely is, some headaches and some growing pains. We still have growing pains to this day, but with the team that we've assembled, we're able to really put our best foot forward. Sponsors play a big part in that, obviously, because without the sponsors, this costs a lot of money to put on. This isn't just a $10 production. This is a $1,000 upon $1,000 production to put this on.
You're flying all these guests.
Exactly.
You're setting them up for the weekends.
Yeah. So like if people knew how
Not
much
cheap.
what our budget was, they would go, "Are you serious?" Yeah. So like it's not cheap to put this on. So that's why we really, really dot our I's, cross our T's, and we make sure that we do our due diligence to make sure that what we're putting on we can afford, but it's also the best product we possibly can offer.
That is super awesome. Ronnie's doing a good job with the flyer.
He
there.
is.
I'm sort of conducting him in the background. If you see
You're
my
like one
hands
of those,
here.
what do they call that?
The conductor.
I thought you were fanning him because he was
I
getting
was
hot.
fanning him.
The symphony.
But let's talk about this. So once again, if you've been to the Fan Expo in Toronto, it's $50, probably a little bit more. It's been
That's
a couple
just for
years.
parking.
You and back to parking,
50
parking,
bucks.
man.
Well, hey,
50.
It's a big park.
Well, I was gonna say admission, but parking too.
Yeah, okay, so 50 bucks when you park, but up here you find a nice spot at the back.
And
walk in.
shout out to the NOE and groups like TFEC, because there is a cost to bringing people to Northern Ontario.
Yes.
It's not like these guests can do a show in Toronto, then Mississauga, and then what's your neck of the woods?
Ajax.
Oh, no one wants to go there, kids, and settle down.
Well, they
But-
might. Well,
but anyways,
when I grew up, they did.
There's
Now
not a
they
lot
do.
of venues you can hit up. Here, you got to bring people. We're remote for the majority of these folks, so there's a cost.
Yep.
And the fact that you kept your prices like so reasonable, $10 for youth, 15 for
the
adults,
and
yeah,
free 2 and under.
that's
Yeah.
a tremendous bargain. TFEC does the same thing with Rock on the River, and it is a big cost.
Yeah, you
I don't know what
drink
this-
prices.
The secret to success. Kinsman must be volunteering that weekend or something. Hey, is that what you're doing, Kinsman? You're helping out the NOE. You're volunteering. You better be. But that's pretty awesome.
It is.
Yeah, I've used this word a lot, and anyone who's watched previous posts or videos, they'll hear me say that we are geographically challenged, and there's nothing further from the truth. We are. So to bring in anything, there's always an additional cost, whether it's transportation, flights, it's just the list goes, and it's not just travel and accommodations from Toronto. It's from Los Angeles, it's from Atlanta, it's from Chicago, it's wherever these individuals are coming from. So a lot of people don't realize how much the costs that are involved with hosting something like this. A lot of people just show up and they say, "Oh, wow, it looks really nice." And, "Oh, yeah, there's that celebrity," but they don't know all the finer details. So when you get those kind of little smirky comments about, "Oh, that's it, that's all," well, it's kind of maybe put your feet in my shoes and kind of see how things
How
go.
it works.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Operate.
So
Yeah.
you can, like, when people say bring in quick on the jaw, Ronnie, you hear names like bring in Tom Cruise and bring in Brad Pitt. Well, admission's going to be $350. That's just the economics. But here's what I want to focus on. Fran made a comment. Get your picture with Brampton Batman.
Yeah.
Free. If you've been to any
That's
convention, I'm going to tell you, this is not free.
It's not free.
You're probably pulling out 100, if not more, for a photo.
Yeah, it all depends on the attraction per se, but yeah, with your paid attendance to TimminsCon, walk up to Batman's booth and get your phone ready or your camera ready and snap a free picture.
Snap a pic.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the same with all of the Star Wars guests as well too. There's no charge to take pictures with all their beautiful Star Wars props. There's no charge for any of the Heroes for Hire photo ops as well too. So there's a lot of free stuff.
Like the Nerf Zone.
And all that's all free. All the
fun
Nerf
for the
Zone.
kids,
Yeah.
too.
I know this year we've introduced, we're going to have some tattoo artists on the Saturday.
I think it's
Ritual Studios. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So they're going to be there on the Saturday doing permanent tattoos, temporary tattoos. And then on the Sunday, they'll be charging. But then on the Sunday, we have a face painter coming in. And again, that's free of charge to anyone who wants to get their face kind of sort of
Get them painted.
painted like you guys are.
Klomp's going to get a big Sens logo on his cheek.
Back to hockey. This is comic weekend,
That's
kids.
it.
I know you're trying to force your hockey on us.
Not force it on.
I'm in. You did it with Magic Bell last night, and now you're up to that shenanigans again. Tell you the furthest thing from my mind is hockey this weekend, because this is my zone, TimminsCon, and I fit in with the majority of folks out there that will agree with that. I've seen people line up these conventions, and I seen someone spend $1,000 for a picture with the Son of Anarchy. So when you can get a picture for free at a convention, unheard of. Unheard of.
Yeah.
And so shout out to your whole team there that makes this happen.
Because we try to do the best we possibly can. Sometimes, unfortunately, we might have to charge an additional fee, but for this year anyway, we were able to work out the finances, and we got some sponsors on board to help us kind of cover the costs. And working with Brampton Batman again, he was was able to kind of cut the fee a little more friendly fee. So yeah, we're very happy to be able to offer that to everyone who's coming in.
That is pretty awesome.
And please come in. I've seen a couple comments where folks are saying it's going to be their first time coming to TimminsCon.
Yeah,
you're going to have a blast.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's such a relaxing, fun atmosphere that you will never, you can't experience this anywhere besides a convention. Yep. And, we don't get too many, well, Mark and I walk around like this practically every day, where we're kind of goofy guys. But most jobs or schools or workplaces, you can't go in dressed as your favorite anime or you can't.
Character.
So
this is encouraged.
Encourage it, and most people do it.
Yeah, there's still that stigma that it's not cool to wear a Superman shirt at work or in school. I know my son with high school, he wears a Spider-Man shirt at home, but then when he goes to school, it's Nike or Under Armour or whatever kind of. So there's still that stigma, for sure. But when you show up to an event like ours, like TimminsCon, you don't see too many Nike and Under Armour shirts. It's Batman and Superman, and Captain America and Sonic, and the list goes on and on and on. So yeah, it's definitely the place where if you want to kind of let your hair down and kind of let your inner geek out, this is definitely the place to let it happen.
Inner geek,
even me with my hair there, Kinsman. And you will be surprised if it's your first time how many people share the same passion you share at TimminsCon, because it is amazing.
Blast.
There's also going to be panels with your celebrities.
Yes.
Did you know we're hosting those?
Yes, we are. Yeah, we're gonna have.
You didn't want to go with the bit again, eh?
Going on the main.
You didn't want to say I wanted to use my superpowers to figure it out. No,
No,
we are.
no.
We're fortunate enough to hold panels. So, what
Q&A,
guests this year will be on the panel stage?
Basically all of them. Trisha will be doing a Q&A panel. Our Spy family will be doing a panel, all three of them together, which should be pretty entertaining. Cheryl is doing a panel as well, which I'm sure Jamie will be the first one to ask about 100 questions.
And the big surprise might be there.
The big surprise. We're waiting for the big surprise to arrive, hopefully. So, and then also we have some cosplayers coming in from Toronto. They're actually going to do a kind of like a how-to cosplay. So if anyone's kind of wondering, how to create a suit or what's kind of the inner workings of creating your own kind of creation, they're also going to be doing a panel as well too. So Saturday the stage will be extremely busy. That's why we had to postpone Family Feud this year, just because we've got another thing.
A lot of moving parts.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts. And one of the things that we got feedback from last year was there's no panels. So we've rectified that. So you want panels, you're going to get panels. So that's, again, we always listen to what people, what they kind of give us feedback on, and if we can make it happen, we'll do our best to make it happen. So
it is so we like Ronnie comes there to work with us, and it's hard to call this work, but then we never see him the whole time. Of course, and I don't blame him. I just let him go because he's like us. He gets too excited,
and you're running around all the booths.
Yeah.
Checking out what you're gonna buy. Your boy, when he's there, it's the Pokemon cards. Everybody's into those.
You want to hear my old joke that I've told 1,000 times?
Okay, let's hear it.
Pokemon will make you Brokemon, and we love it.
And every year, I laugh, and we get a good.
Thanks. That's what I love about you, Kinsman. I may get one laugh, but it always comes from you. So I do appreciate you there. But there's, yeah, once again, I think we said it. There's something for everyone. We're very fortunate to have TimminsCon in our community.
Yes, we are.
It's just amazing to
An
have it.
NOE.
And, yeah. So,
Right here in our own backyard.
oh, and he's here. I didn't, you know,
Yeah.
are you sort of embarrassed? We
It's
walk
okay.
around the office all day and say this.
Yeah, it's okay.
I really do.
Well, I appreciate that, and I say we appreciate that because this doesn't happen without
No.
the team behind me. So this
Yeah.
isn't a one-man show. It's definitely a team.
Yeah, well, you do have volunteers. Like, let's give our respects to like your team and your volunteers. That because it just can't be Jason Dennis standing at the door because
Well, it
No.
could.
No, it couldn't. No,
You'd have to be in multiple places at once. But
Well-
yeah, again, no I in team, but
Yeah.
there's hundreds and hundreds of amazing volunteers.
Oh yeah, I
wearing
think-
their super capes,
Yeah.
capes this weekend.
Yeah, I think right now, actually, as we speak, I believe Ashley, our volunteer coordinator, is hosting our volunteer meeting, and I think we're in excess of almost 50 plus volunteers for the weekend
That's
to help
awesome.
with setup, tear down for the actual event. You know,
Hand stampers,
all that
making
kind of
sure
stuff.
people
Yeah,
are-
you know. Plus, we added something new this year where we're working with a jackpot time where we're going to have groups coming in and collecting postal codes at the main entrance.
Mhm.
And the reason why people are going to ask, why are you collecting postal codes? Well, I'm going to tell you why we're collecting postal codes, is it helps us when we apply for grants in the future, just so we can see where people are coming in from and that kind of stuff. So that's why we're doing that. So when you come into TimminsCon, please be very kind to the volunteers at the desk and just give them your postal code, please.
I shouldn't have said North Pole 102 last year there, kids. But, we'll get Ronnie. We're getting Ronnie to remove that. I want to show this comment from Steph. And so I remember this exactly because we were sitting next to Laura. So Laura Vandervoort, Supergirl, was here. Was it 2 years ago already? Wow.
Yeah, it's a
And,
wild thing.
and Steph's daughter was dressed up as Supergirl. And Laura went out of the way to ask security to find her. And they took this picture and they shared this awesome
I
story.
remember that. Yes, I remember
So
that. Yeah.
my point is here, and we've said this a few times, but for folks just they're new to TimminsCon, you vet your guests, meaning like you're bringing in people that are going to be, a positive interaction with our community.
Yeah, one of the many duties that fall on my shoulders is to make sure that I do the proper research and homework on guests that we bring in. I always try to make sure that we're going to bring in someone in who I've heard past experiences from, who are good with the public, who are very professional. I've heard some horror stories on some celebrities that we've looked at before, and we've steered away from them. Like someone said tonight, it's going to be their first TimminsCon. You only get a first chance to make a first impression.
That's right.
So if you blow your first chance, that person or that family or that group of people won't come back.
Always gonna have a bad taste.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why we always try and do our best to make sure that who we're bringing in will be very cordial, very professional, and because we're a little smaller show, in a little more private setting, stuff like what happened with Laura, where we can actually go and do something like that, kind of separates us a little bit from the other
rest of the
from the
pack.
rest of the pack. Yeah,
That's why
so,
these celebrities love coming back,
Yeah.
and they tell their friends, and
Yeah.
this is how
Yeah.
TimminsCon gets the recognition
Yeah.
that it gets
Yeah.
and deserves.
So there's a shout out to Brandon who was here.
Yeah, he was awesome last year.
Same exact example. He was amazing with the people that interacted. You want to read that one there, Kinsman? So shout out to Jason.
Yes, this is to Jason Works, our new attraction,
There you go, pal.
Lego Village.
Yeah.
It's going to be at the curling rink.
Yeah.
Looks amazing. And again, the kids are going to love
What's-
Lego
Yeah.
Village as well.
Yeah, we've. I guess when I say we've, I guess this one's actually I.
Okay.
In past years, we've always wanted to have a nice big Lego display set up because it's. Let's just face it. Just the word Lego just makes people excited. Period.
Yeah, sure does.
Except-
People love their Lego.
Except my wife, of course. But yeah. So in previous years, we've talked about it and we've had plans where this year we're going to do it, and then we have a little house with a little train, and it looks basically horrible. So this year, I made it a point to, talk to the board and say, look, guys, I'm willing to commit time to put this together, which the board said, yeah, if you want to do it, yeah, go ahead. Whatever you got to do, make it happen. So this year, it's 20 feet wide by 8 feet deep, and it's a full Lego city with a train track that goes around it. You'll see Avengers Tower, you'll see the Daily Bugle, you'll see a Blockbuster, you'll see a basketball court, a soccer field. It's probably going to be the highlight of the family zone. Now you can't play with it; it's just to look at only. So, but it's. I think it's going to be a highlight in the family zone.
Now, Ronnie just passed out in his chair when you mentioned Blockbuster. I'm sure, he's got his thumbs up.
It'll be a miniature Ronnie.
I got a little bit nervous there, Kinsman, and I'll tell you a tall tale here, but it's actually true, reverse style. I have one of the NOE's Lego tables. It's going out to my camp. I was getting a little bit nervous. He was going to ask for it back, and I wouldn't give it to them. I love the NOE though, but it sounds like
a great attraction.
It sounds like they've handed me the table because they've invested in new things for us folks who've been to TimminsCon often. Get to see some new cool stuff this year.
New scenery.
Yeah, there'll be definitely some new scenery for sure. Also in the family zone, we're going to have some interactive stuff where there'll be Lego plates with little Lego blocks where kids can kind of create, an Iron Man face or a Captain America shield, whatever. And then we'll have the big board set up where they can post their creations on the board. So that along with, we'll have our usual, coloring books and all that kind of stuff for the kids to do as well too. So let's just say that when they show up this weekend, they will not be bored. I can pretty much guarantee you that.
So lots going on.
You're getting the cue from your wife. She said, don't give it all away, Fran.
That's right.
Do you want people to come there? We're all about the spoilers here.
But come in the doors.
Well, we're excited here, right, kids?
We are.
Obviously.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so why don't we take a break? And then we'll come back. We have our Wheel of Winning.
Yes, the Wheel of Winning, which is brought to you by PAIB Insurance Inc. And look at this. Amazing Easter treat from Sweet Freez Timmins. Paul and Holly donating an amazing Easter basket, which are on sale now at Sweet Freez at 175 3rd Ave. But someone's going to win this one right after
this.
Plus
two of these superhero kits from the pop-up balloon shop.
Yes, so a big thumbs up to Ashley Richards. You're going to see her a part of TimminsCon this weekend. And again, the superhero capes and the packs and kits.
Yeah.
Someone's going to win two.
Watch how I get Ronnie to put on the Wheel of Winning. Kung Pow!
Book your spring cleans today at DAP Cleaning Solutions. Residential commercial cleaning excellence guaranteed. Call Andrew N for your free quote, 705-465-3500. And don't miss the Easter Bunny at Timmins Square. Monday to Friday, 3 to 7. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 6. And Sundays, 12 to 5. The complete schedule and more at TimminsSquare.com. Freeze-dried campfire s'mores are back at Sweet Freez Timmins. Also pick up your candy bouquets and order your Easter baskets now. Stop into 175 3rd Avenue or order online sweetfreeze.ca. 20 new colors added to the pop-up balloon shop. Decorate your office, house with amazing Easter balloon boxes and more, starting at $35. Email popupballoonshop1@gmail.com or call 705-288-3253. Tickets are on sale now for Rock on the River, July 18th and 19th at Hollinger Park. Friday night rock night featuring Failed Attempt right here from Timmins. Biff Naked, Pop Evil, and your rock headliners, the Headstones. How about Saturday night's country night featuring Cochrane native Mitch Jean, North Bay's Corey Marks, and co-headliners Brett Kissel and Cooper Allen. Tickets are on sale now, rotr.ca. Follow Mel and Mel with a We Count Talk Show. Watch for details on episode number 4 coming out this month. You could be a part of it. Email them today, info@theconnecthers.ca. And check out this little cottage for sale with Albert Seal from Royal LePage, your Northern Realty leaders. Lot 1 Matagami Lake in Gogama is priced to move at $69,900. Call Albert Seal for a tour today, 705-465-3493. Book a test drive today at Timmins Hyundai. From the 2024 Ioniq 5 Ultimate All-Wheel Drive to a 2025 Kona Trend and more, stop in and take a test drive today at Timmins Hyundai, 800 Riverside Drive, or call 705-360-1500. Timmins' newest apparel and clothing store is Mimi's New and Used. Stop in today in your downtown 42 Pine Street South for Timmins' high-end thrift shop. They accept cash and e-transfers. For the best insurance in the North, it's PAIB Insurance, Inc. We've got your back. They will also help secure the coverage you need. Real people dealing with real people. 101 Pine Street, South Timmins, 705-360-5300. For mega deals and the best prices around, it's worth the drive to Matheson Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They're also hiring a part-time apprentice or mechanic. Send your resumes today to jamie@MathesonChrysler.com or stop in and see their lot today, 349 Highway 11 in Matheson. Get your checklist for summer maintenance now at Canadian Tire Timmins. Tire changeovers, oil changes, check your fluids, inspecting lights, and replacing your wipers and more. Book your spot this week at 705-268-8591. And who will be the Fun Zone game winners this week at Midtown Bowl? It could be you. Also book a lane now for a family deal package and more, starting at only $59.99 per hour. Call now for your fun, 705-267-3500. For the best lunch meal deals in the North, you need to try Sparks Pizza today and their meal deal. Every day from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., get a personal pan pizza with a bag of chips and pop for only $13. Dine in at 206 3rd Avenue or order online, sparkspizza.ca. TimminsCon 2025 hits the MAC this weekend with Carve screenwriter Cheryl Meyer, Battlestar Galactica's Trisha Helfer, and more. Happens Saturday 10 a.m. to 6 and Sunday 10 a.m. to 4. $15 for the adults. Kids 3 to 12 get in for $10, with kids 2 and under get in free. All your details at northernontarioexpo.com. Tickets on sale now for the Timmins Comedy Festival, April 24 through 26, featuring Paul Bellini, Dave Mahesh, Magic Mel, and the Cash Quiz Show with Adam Groh. Use promo code this week, KINZ and KLOMP, to save 20% off at TimminsComedy.ca. All eyes will be on the MAC June 4th and 5th for the Canadian Mining Expo. Sign up for the Jack Lake competition and more at CanadianMiningExpo.com. Buy now, pay later at J&R Custom Cabinets. Design, build, enjoy your one-stop shop here in the city. Shop online, jrcustomcabinets.ca, or check out their beautifully decorated showroom at 1150 Riverside Drive. With over 75 programs to choose from and more, enroll today at Northern College. More details can be found at northerncollege.ca. Fill a bus this Saturday with Lucian Transportation and help give back to the Timmins Food Bank this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 at the Timmins Metro and the Food Basics in South Porcupine. This Sunday, let's pack the Sportsplex at 6:30 for Elliott and Armitage, the charity hockey game. Between the firefighters and the doctors, it's $10 to get in with your chance to win from Center Ice $10,000 courtesy of PAIB Insurance, Inc. We'll see you there. 94 Cody Avenue West in Timmins is for sale with Jessica Gervais from Royal LePage, your Northern Realty leaders. It's listed at $249,900. Book a showing now, 705-360-7000. And on the big screen this week at Imagine Cinemas, Death of a Unicorn, a Working Man, and Minecraft the Movie. Tickets and showtimes at ImagineCinemas.com. And happy 90th anniversary to the Schumacher Lions Club, now serving our community since 1935. Put a team in now for the IG Wealth Management Walk for Alzheimer's with the Alzheimer's Society Cochrane-Temiskaming. The Timmins Walk happens Saturday, May 24th from the Mount Joy Pavilion and Sunday the 25th from Kapuskasing and in Haileybury. Sign up for either walk at walkforalzheimer.ca. Ontario's best co-ed camping facility is Camp Bickle. Summer camp registrations are online now at campbickle.ca. Number one in the courier department is Timmins Courier Service. Locally owned and operated for over 45 years. Contact Robert Champagne to get those packages moved today. 705-266-4285. She's the producer of Sportsman Channel Canada and Just Hunt Inc., Amanda Lynn Mayhew. And with over 200 businesses in the downtown, stay connected with all of them with the Downtown Timmins BIA. Follow them now, downtowntimmins.com. Was your child born in 2021? Then it's time to register now for kindergarten this fall with the Northeastern Catholic District School Board. Book a school tour now at ncdsb.on.ca. And Dare Timmins brings you Magic Mel, a part of the Timmins Comedy Festival, for a free show. Happens April 26, 2 p.m. at Timmins High and Vocational. Tickets are free, but they want to know if you're going. Let them know at timminscomedy.ca. Every day is a discount day at Jackpot Time Timmins. Win double line prizes every single session in the month of April. Details online at jackpottime.ca. And still time to reserve a booth for the Timmins Construction Association 2025 Home Cottage and Lifestyle Show. Happens at the MAC the weekend of May 3rd and 4th. Call today to book your booth, 705-268-3757. Sign up today for the PMHA 3-on-3. Happens April 26th and 27th at the Barn. It's free for all U9 up to U18 PMHA players. Find the entry form on the PMHA Facebook page. And on behalf of the Iroquois Falls Storm, Tom and Gina Nicolau want to send an extended thank you to everyone who cheered on the Storm this season.
Jason Dennis transformed into
Captain America.
Yeah. We may see Captain America
Yes, we
at
might.
TimminsCon
We
there,
just
Kisman.
might.
Okay.
Captain America's taking a bow here.
You and I have one superpower, and it's the wheel of winning.
Yes.
And we're going
we
to
are.
activate our superpowers right now, Ronnie.
The Wheel of Winning, brought to you by PAIB Insurance Inc. We are real people dealing with real people. Locally owned and operated in downtown Timmins, 101 Pine Street South. Call toll free 1-844-360-5300.
Yes, there is our. Well, look at that wheel of winning tonight.
The wheel of winning.
That's like
small.
I'm squishing your head wheel. That's good, Ronnie.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, well, it's small again.
Playing with the pawn stars.
Ronnie, just okay. Thank you.
All right.
7 tries later, right, kids?
Someone's gonna win
Roll
these
it.
amazing kits.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The Sweet Freez
superhero kits and
this-
Sweet Freez Easter Basket.
yeah, that's right. We're gonna send you 2 of these kits in the Sweet Freeze Easter Basket.
Yeah.
Going to Courtney.
Courtney Terryberry.
Congratulations, Courtney.
Congratulations.
So you can look as awesome as us, and you're all stocked up for Easter.
Yeah,
I like that.
Easter bunny baskets. Order yours at Sweet Freeze. Was down to see Paul and Holly today.
Yeah, they're
and
wonderful.
They're flying off the shelves, and why not?
Mhm.
A lot of good eats there for Easter. And baskets will put smiles on all the little ones' faces, even the big children.
You
Just in time
can.
for Easter.
Do you know that we're at the mall and you can go get your pictures with the Easter Bunny now?
Yes, you can.
Now you're raising kids and I'm raising kids, and folks out there, a lot of them are raising kids. Some kids get nervous taking their picture with Santa.
Mhm.
Some kids get nervous taking their picture with the Easter Bunny. My kids were surprisingly
Pretty
okay.
decent. They were
this year.
okay for the bunny.
Because do you remember that Easter Bunny from the 80s?
Yeah,
It looked like it was gonna destroy you.
Terrifying
Yeah.
bunny.
It was.
But,
They're really
yeah.
scary, that 80s. But the one at the mall,
Yeah, the Timmins Square Easter Bunny is there.
Yeah.
It is there right up until Easter Saturday.
Yeah.
So a few weeks to get your pictures taken. Now they had their sensory friendly day back on Sunday. Yesterday they
Mhm.
had the pet picks. They've got babies first. I do believe that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you can check
So
the schedule at
it is-
timminsquare.com.
it is a kid-friendly Easter Bunny. Don't be swayed from the pictures. I don't know, in Thunder Bay, that Easter Bunny had fangs. So I don't know what Easter Bunny Easter Bunny's toned down over the years.
Yeah, they've toned this one down. And
yeah.
again, get your pictures reserved. And again, they fight like your little ones. We were there for that. The opening of the bunny.
Yeah.
Pictures come out in seconds, and off you go.
That's the magic of the future,
The
kids.
magic of the future. We're not waiting for Polaroids and shaking
No,
the Polaroids in
but
the air anymore.
but-
Remember those days?
But I like Polaroids.
Polaroids were good.
That's one classic thing I still
Hanging
love.
out in the dark room, trying to,
All
expose the
That wasn't a
negatives.
Polaroid.
That was way back.
That wasn't a Polaroid. That's regular. You had in Thunder Bay, we went the blacks.
Blacks, yeah.
Yeah, it's
photography.
called Blacks.
Yeah.
But anyways,
How
okay.
Things have evolved.
We won't get into a tangent about our decades of life.
Blacks. People like, who's
Remember
that?
That's you didn't have that, were you?
Well, yeah, we
Yeah.
had black.
That was a
black
corporate.
photography. Yeah.
All right, up and away. We're out of here, Rodney.
Good night.
You're my weakness.